Running back DeAndre Swift was really disappointing in week 16. This was the first game that he had finished outside of the top 37 of running backs on the season. Swift, 4 for 12 on the ground, only 3 yards per carry, 1 reception for 13 yards on 5 targets. And this was the 4th time in the last 5 games where DeAndre Swift had at least 5 targets. It was just disappointing against Carolina. Swift played 56% of snaps, and that's the second most snaps that he played on the season, but could not translate into fantasy points. He's a much better matchup in week 17 against the Chicago Bears. Last time he played the Bears, he had 6 rushes, 6 rushing yards. He had a touchdown, 1 reception for 6 yards, finished as the running back 30 on only 31% of the snaps, 7.7 fantasy points and half PPR. But I think that with an increased snap share, with Jamal Williams and expected to be limited in this game, or at least we're monitoring the Williams injury as we're moving forward, DeAndre Swift has the potential upside to get into that running back 1 or high-end running back 2 scenario, given the scoring possibility, the shootout potential in this game. And I want in on DeAndre Swift. He's one of those players that I'm going to try to find excuses to put in, especially after a bad game where a lot of people aren't going to be playing DeAndre Swift. If you like the content and this is helpful to you, make sure you hit that red subscribe button. It really helps the channel. So hopefully he's not going to be very well rostered. I hope that there are a lot of people that believe that it was a bad game and it's going to sit with him. I don't believe so. I believe DeAndre Swift is super talented, and that's been illustrated with the type of floor that he's had, but also a couple of ceiling games that he's been able to access. Running back 5, running back 3 weeks on the season. And as I said, this is the first game that he had finished as the running back 37 or worse than the running back 37. So pretty consistently a floor as a running back, low-end running back 3, but high-end wide running back 1 is the DeAndre Swift range. And I think that this is one of those games where he can hit a ceiling matchup against Chicago. So fire up your DeAndre Swift as a pretty solid running back 2 this week.